Okay, so I have just sorted all of the stuff that does not need to be refrigerated. A bunch of the stuff we got needed to be refrigerated. Over half of it, I would suspect. I will probably sort that later to do something similar to this. But for now, this modest little pile over here of like meats and a few types of vegetables and fruits and rice that's the stuff that's like safe for my stomach. This is stuff that I can eat, and there's basically not going to be a problem other than maybe some vitamin deficiencies, but I have vitamins I purchased, so that's cool. This section over here, which is bigger, I think it might be the biggest of the three, is stuff that like I can have in moderation. This stuff is not super good for me, and the meats that they're telling you to put in it would be just really bad for me. But since you have to go out and purchase your own meat, I can pick one that's better for me and still use those sauces or whatever all comes with those. So that's just stuff that like I can use it as ingredients, or I can have it like sparingly. Like I can have this for breakfast, for instance, but then I'm gonna need to be really careful with my diet for the rest of the day, and I really need to focus on the stuff that I can actually eat. But then there's the pile over here, which is the stuff that I just straight up cannot eat. I can have it as like a treat every once in a while, like I can have a handful of fucking cereal if I feel like it. It's so disappointing. I really like cereal. But like, I could eat one of these for breakfast, but that's like my quota for horrible things. So like this just really outweighs basically everything in this pile. This is like a super treat if I feel like having it. But there's also stuff like this where like it's made with rice, but because it's butter and garlic, it's like ruined basically. I just cannot have it because of the flavors that were put on it. There hasn't been a whole lot of that. One of my family members ate a can of boiled peanuts that happened to be barbecue, and like I could not have eaten that. I had one of them as a treat, and I definitely could not have eaten like very many more than that, or my stomach was gonna start having problems. But yeah, there's a bunch of like chilies and refried beans, and like those things are really tasty, but I just cannot eat them. There's a bunch of breakfast bars. I really liked these as a kid when my stomach still had some durability to it, but that just isn't an option anymore. I don't know what it is about pasta that makes it easier to eat than bread, but that's why it's in the ingredients that are kind of okay pile. And yeah, that's just an update on what the reasons for why I complain about donations sometimes. Like, not complain. I understand that people are just really doing their best. This is a huge variety of types of things, and I really appreciate that people are caring this much. It's just when you're a person with a certain disability, charity can almost become a burden at times. Like, can you imagine if someone had dropped this off just for me? Like, I would have this small section, and like then I can only use like half of this with that section, and then all of this stuff that I'm now responsible for, and I'm gonna either feel bad because it goes bad, or I'm gonna have to use some amount of my resources to figure out how to give it away. So like, thankfully I'm not in the position where that's a problem for me, but I'm always thinking about like other people and how they would have to survive in a situation like mine. So thank you very much to everyone who's donated to the GoFundMe, because like this tiny pile is why I keep saying I have to go and buy my own food to supplement what's been donated to us. So thank you so much to the GoFundMe donators. You really have been helping keep me healthy. Thank you.